Hey guys, we're gonna make a couple parachutes today with things that you can find lying around your house, and we're gonna see which parachutes made up of which materials is gonna work the best. So for this experiment, what you're gonna need is a couple of different materials that you can use as your parachute. So I have here a plastic bag, like a grocery bag. I also have some extra scrap fabric. You can probably even use a tissue, or not a tissue paper, an old t-shirt lying around or some kind of rag that you have that your parents don't want to use. And I also have some tissue paper that we use to like gift wrap. For instead of this, you could probably use regular paper or a napkin or something like that. To attach everything to attach the little Lego person that we're going to be dropping in our parachute, you're going to need some string, and then also a Dixie cup or any other small kind of cup where we're just going to put our person in just so that they don't fall out. And then to attach everything, we're going to use some tape. To cut up our materials to the right size, we're gonna need some scissors. And then I'm gonna use some popsicle sticks that I got from the dollar store. If you don't have this, it's not that big of a deal, you don't need it. I'm just gonna use these popsicle sticks to put around the border of our parachute just so that the parachute kind of falls correctly. So the first step is to cut up some medium-sized squares out of all the materials that we're gonna use for our parachutes. So for my tissue paper, all I'm gonna do is draw a square, a little square freehand. It doesn't have to be perfect because, I mean, we're doing an experiment. We don't need it to be perfect. And I'm just gonna cut this out like so. And if you're not completely comfortable with using some scissors on your own, go ahead and ask your mom or dad to cut these up for you, especially the fabric ones. It might be really hard to cut them, so you could probably just ask mom and dad to help out there. Plastic bag is pretty hard, but I think what I found is the best way to make a square out of this is just lay it flat, and then draw a square right on top, and then cut out from there. And it's okay if it's not perfect. It's all gonna be fine in the end. Cutting plastic with some scissors is a little hard, so it might take a couple snips to get through the plastic. I'm gonna cut on this side. Okay, so I cut up all three of my squares. This is from the plastic bag. This is from the scrap fabric I had. And this is from the tissue paper that I had as well. So this next step that I'm gonna do is optional, but it'll help keep the structure of the parachute while it's falling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 4 popsicle sticks per square, and what I'm gonna do is tape it on the sides like this. Make sure that the popsicle sticks don't touch. There's a little space on each corner, and we're just gonna use some tape and then tape those popsicle sticks down just a little bit. And what this will do is when you're actually dropping the parachute, there's gonna be the popsicle sticks are gonna give some weight to the edges of the parachute so that when you actually do drop it, it'll drop down and it's not gonna just float around. But again, if you don't have this, it's not a big deal. Your parachute is still gonna work just fine. This just might give it a little better structure. Okay, so now we taped all the popsicle sticks to the corners, or not the corners, sorry, the edges of each of the materials that we're gonna use. Now the next step is that we're gonna attach some strings to the corners of each of the parachutes. So you're gonna take your string and you're gonna cut about the length of the edge of each square that you have. So for this one, we're gonna measure it out like this. And this is about this long. So I'm just gonna cut that. And what you want to do is make 4 of the same size piece of strings per parachute. So that means if you're gonna make 3 parachutes like I am, you're gonna want 12 pieces of string, each based on the measurement of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So we're gonna cut this one. And it's okay if this is not a perfect, or if each piece is not exactly the same length, it just has to be about the same length. The reason why we do the same length string for every corner is so that the parachute is balanced when it falls. We don't want our parachute tilting to one side when we drop it, right? So that is why we do the same size string. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for all the rest of them. Okay, so now I have cut out all of my 4 pieces of string per parachute. And the next step that we have to do is tape each piece of string to the corners of each parachute. So like this. So we're gonna put one here, one here, one here, and one here. So what you're gonna do is take a little thing of tape, like so, and pretty much just tape one end of your string down to that corner. And you're gonna repeat for the rest of the corners of your parachute. So like this. This, like this. Like this. And then we're gonna go ahead and repeat that for all the parachutes that we have. Okay, so now we have taped all the strings to all of our parachutes. And the next step that you're gonna do is you're gonna take your little cup that you have and essentially flip it over and tape each side of your string to your cup. So I'm gonna take this and then I'm gonna flip it, and then what I'm gonna do is take a little piece of tape and you're gonna wanna tape, oops, here, I'll start on this side. What you're gonna do is you take this and then you tape it nice and tight. And then this is attached to your cup now, and then you're gonna repeat that for all of your pieces of tape. And you're gonna wanna make sure that when you tape it, don't try to tape it right across. Try to tape the string right across from the cup. So we don't wanna tape the piece of string here, or here. We wanna kinda take it right across and tape it. This is so that the parachute is, again, balanced, which is what we want to do. And again, you don't have to make it super precise. It doesn't have to be exactly across, you know, just in a relative direction, and your parachute is going to be fine. So I have taped all my strings to my cup, as you can see. And what we're going to do is, instead of using one cup for every parachute, we're going to reuse the same cup after we use each parachute, because it's important to reduce, reuse, and recycle. So make sure when you tape your strings to your cup, it's with the parachute that you want to try out first. So I want to try out the fabric one first and see how it goes. So we're going to take our little Lego person. You can use a ball or like a little stuffed animal. Anything that basically can fit in your cup, really nice, should work. So let's go to our stairs and drop our parachute. Welcome to my stairs. So what we're going to do with each parachute is we're going to measure how long it takes each parachute to reach the bottom. And that's going to help us determine which parachute works the best. So I have a little notebook and a pen over here, and I'm going to just write, this is my fabric parachute, so I'm just going to write fabric, And then I have a timer on. You can probably borrow, if you don't have a phone, you can probably borrow your parents' phone just for like a couple minutes so you can measure the time. And then what we're gonna do is we place the little Lego inside the cup, pinch the center of your square just like so, and then we are gonna start our timer.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so how was everyone's first landing? My fabric parachute took 2.16 seconds. So now what I'm gonna do is tape my cup to my tissue paper parachute, and we're gonna see how that goes. So I'm just gonna rip these off like so, put that off to the side, and then tape this one just like we did the fabric one. Okay, so now we've taped all the strings of our tissue paper parachute. We're gonna do the same thing and let's see how it works.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so how was everyone's second landing? The tissue paper parachute ended up taking 2.68 seconds from me, which is much longer than the fabric one. Now we're gonna see how the plastic bag parachute holds up. Okay, so now that our last parachute is taped up, let's go see how this holds.
3, 2, 1.
So how was everyone's last parachute? I hope everyone had fun today with dropping all these different parachutes. You can always make a lot more to test out. So now, moment that we're all waiting for. Which parachute works the best? So if you look at my notebook, I timed all of the parachute fallings. So we remember that the fabric one took 2.16 seconds, the tissue paper parachute took 2.68 seconds, and then the plastic bag that we dropped just now took 2.43 seconds. So in the real world, when we're measuring to see if parachute is good or not, one of the things that you want to keep in mind is wind resistance. Resistance is basically what prevents the parachute from falling down to the ground really quickly. We want to make sure that when we design a parachute, it has enough air resistance to it so that when not only our human Lego piece, but an actual human being, when they go skydiving, we want to make sure that when they do go skydiving, they land back onto Earth safely. What do you guys think about which parachute is the best one out of the three that we did? Is it the fabric one that took the least amount of time to reach the ground, the tissue paper parachute that took the longest amount of time to reach the ground, or the plastic bag that took a medium amount of time to reach the ground? And the winner is the tissue paper parachute, because it took the longest time to reach the ground and brought our Lego person back to Earth safely.